And look at the snow, all the footprints. It's like a crime scene.
Dill, mint, thyme, oregano. Love the smell of oregano. Yum. Let me put some oregano. Let's make a little salad. Thyme, boom. A little bit of dill. Yum. There we go. That's exactly what my meals look like every meal.
Why do you think that we started consuming dairy?
Yeah, that's a funny one. Like, there's that saying, like, I wonder what the first person was thinking, you know, that walked up to a cow and started milking the cow. Like, what was their intention? I really don't understand why we chose to eat dairy. I might have to look into it. But either way, it's just... I like how Gary Yourofsky likens the act of eating dairy to bestiality, because what we're doing is... we're exploiting the female reproduction system, and we're trying to commodify breast milk. I mean, it is bestiality when you think about it. We're getting enjoyment out of breast milk from another species.
And if we were to then make cheese out of human breast milk and serve it to someone, they would think it's disgusting, and yet it's okay to have it of a cow.
They'd probably call the cops on you if you showed up to someone's house with that.
Yeah. But that seems more normal, doesn't it? To consume your own milk or that of your species rather than a
absolutely.
cow, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about humans being the smartest mammals on the planet? Or beings on the planet?
I think we need to do a lot more before we say that. Being smart, I don't think being smart only boils down to our technology, if I can speak properly, our technological achievements and our artistic abilities, you know, like we can be impressive at playing the violin and building spaceships, but if we don't use our intelligence to make sound decisions, life decisions that align with what the planet needs, with what everyone else needs on the planet, then we're not being smart. We're radically stupid. We treat this planet like we have infinite resources when we have finite resources. We walk around and we act like everything isn't connected when it is connected. Until, as a species, we start behaving compassionately and we have forward thinking in our actions, you know, about the repercussions of our actions, and until we start behaving like civilized and compassionate and sane and rational individuals, I don't know how we can get off calling ourselves smart.
What do you think, what's your opinion on when people say, but I eat meat because I like the taste? Like they totally get the whole veganism thing, they understand it, they even somewhat agree.
Yeah.
But they just continue to do it because of the taste. What's your opinion on that?
Well, first of all, I would have to say that I'm glad that they're being honest. A lot of people lie and say I need my protein. What about bacteria? What about plants? They have feelings too. But if you're only eating something for taste, then you're admitting that you're only doing it because you get enjoyment out of it. And if you're going to use
But isn't that what life's about though, Paul? Like, we've got to enjoy things. We only have one life.
You can enjoy things if it doesn't harm others. It's like me saying I enjoy raping. What? Don't judge me. Don't shove your views down my throat just because you don't rape. I like to rape and I enjoy it. It's literally the same thing because there's another individual involved that is being harmed in the process, and that's what's happening with animal agriculture. So when you like the taste of someone else's flesh, you have to account for that someone else. You have to make an adjustment in your lifestyle choice, your decision, your actions because of that individual in that process.
Yeah, it's no longer a personal choice, is it? When it's a victim.
Well, in the same way that rape isn't my personal choice. People don't like the comparison of slavery with black humans. Compare that to what we do with animals, how we enslave billions upon billions upon billions of animals. People don't like that comparison because how dare we compare humans to animals. But if in the scientific community, I mean, if you're talking to a scientist who understands anything at all about the animal kingdom, they won't be pissed off at all by the idea of comparing a human to an animal, because we are animals, and they've proven that to us, that we literally descend from primates. So what makes you think that we're so different to animals? How dare we compare ourselves to animals? That's the same line of thinking as the whites had about blacks. They thought that black people were subhuman and not human, therefore. So they could do whatever they wanted with them. That's the same line of thinking. There is a victim involved, and that's why we make the analogy to slavery or women's rights or gay rights.
Yeah, because they all have victims, and to us it's on exactly the same level.
It represents inequality. The golden rule is do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. Others, animals count as. They are others. That's why we have animals in our house like dogs. We wouldn't have a dog in our house if we didn't consider them to be
Of worth.
yeah, an entity that has their own, you know, special reason for living and is an animal just like we are. Like, we relate to animals. You wouldn't do what you pay other people to do to the animals that you consume. You just wouldn't.
Okay, what about
Most
those people that say, okay, but I would. I'll go off and kill an animal.
Okay, for those people who I would say make up for like no more than 5% of the entire human population,
Yeah.
those are the rednecks, those are the people who have been conditioned into violence. I would say to those people that the only thing that's going to save you motherfuckers is education, and if that fails, then nothing's going to save you. You need to be educated on speciesism, on carnism, on the fact that you have no biological requirement to consume them, and so therefore if you're doing so, you're doing purely out of selfish desire for, you know, for enjoyment, for taste buds, for convenience, or whatever, any other tripe excuse that you can come up with. But you're only doing it for selfish reasons. You're not doing it for a need.
Well, if you're making me go out and hunt for my animal, then maybe everyone else should have to grow their own food and produce their own food.
Oh, which I'd have no issue with.
No. And it doesn't take much effort either to grow your own.
Nope.
I've got shiitake mushrooms, pickles, avocado, and tomatoes, and mustard. And that's it. I'm having burgers. I'm gonna have about 3 or 4 of them. That's it. Bon appetit. That's my dinner.